Hello everyone, I'm Zaid Osama from 9B
And I'm Yasin Osama from 8B.
and we're going to be working on our STEM project together for physics and science. Our colleagues Basil from 9B and Mustafa from 9B, both of them are already doing the research and they're waiting for results as they helped us get these materials for this experiment. Let me now and me and my brother to help introduce you to these materials.
First, we cut two water bottles open. And then we have some sand, activated charcoal powder, pebbles, even smaller pebbles, and some rocks. We also have these cottons and a scale.
And in my side, I have things that will help me measure the experiment, such as a notebook with a table ready, my phone for a timer. We have pH strips. We have extra carbon powder. We have the filtration system set up with a filter and a filter paper with another water bottle cut. Now we have a measuring cup and 30 grams of salt with 50 grams of soil. We also have 200 milliliters of water here and 200 milliliters of water here, which we're gonna use to start the experiment and use it as dirty water samples. We shall get you started with our water filter that we made out of activated carbon. First, we're gonna start using these cotton pads. We'll put them at the very start of our filter. We have them like this. We'll put some more. We should press it down so it has to makes like a layer, and then right after that we put some sand. Okay, now that we have the sand in, we start putting our charcoal like this. This is a decent amount of charcoal. Then we start adding our smaller pebbles and pebbles, starting with the smaller ones. We spread them evenly around the whole bottle, and then we start with our little larger pebbles. As you can see, this is starting to get kind of heavy. Then we end us off with our rocks. This is how it looks currently. Now I would like to give you my colleague so he can introduce you to the normal filtration experiment.
This is our filter setup. There's a water bottle acting as a beaker. The filter setup consists of filter paper and the filter funnel.
Now let's start with a simple experiment with salt water impurities. First we have some water right here and some salt, which will 30 grams of salt, which we'll put right here, and we'll dissolve it using the spoon. As you can see, it's very cloudy and unclear, and of course it has no odor. Now we're gonna try our filter with this. And then, as you can see, the water is clearly getting filtered very clearly. It's getting filtered with almost to zero impurities, but it takes a few minutes. When it's done, we're gonna inform you. As you can see, the water has gotten filtered pretty quickly, with a lot of water that's very filtered and it's very clear. So as you can see, it's getting filtered. I think it has a very good chance to compete with the normal and original filter and filter paper.
Now we're gonna start making the dirty water solution.
Starting with putting the soil into the water. As you can see, it's very dirty, very cloudy. Look how it is. It's very brown, very unclear, and it's very, well, a little bit disgusting from normal water. As you can see, it's very brown, very cloudy. It has a terrible smell, like a foul smell, which doesn't smell good at all, and even the texture in the middle of it is very disgusting. So I think at this point we have to try our filters to try to filter out this. But before we do, we have to test its pH. If we can see, there's a little bit of color. It's kind of yellowish to see it. It's very yellowish and greenish. It's a little bit more acidic than neutral, which is still safe to drink, but I don't think you should because it's filled with impurities. Now we have to filter it out to show you that this filter is better than the other. Ready? 3, 2, 1. As you can see, our filter started to work. It's starting to work, but even though it takes time, it's starting to work, and the water is very clear, as you can see. The water is very clear, as you can see, but in the other hand, this water is yellowish. Therefore, it is not as impure as this one. As you can see, even though this one takes more time, it's safer to drink than the other. To speed it up, we could press on the water bottle itself, and it will take more time. I'll see you when we're almost done. Now, my brother will tell you the results of the experiment.
As you can see, the filtered paper did remove all the impurities, but the water that came out is still kind of yellowish, and it has the same smell as before.
And for my filter, the flow rate was very slow, but the water came out very clear, and it has absolutely no smell. It got rid of everything and all impurities, not even a grain of dirt is here. So as you can see, it's very visible that this DIY carbon filter is way better than the normal filter. Now we have to test its pH using some pH strips. Okay, let's start. Okay, there we go. And let's start. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Are you done? You don't have to leave it for a few seconds. Now let's compare them here. Together you can kind of see that they're very close, but you can see the other one is slightly yellowish, and the second one is slightly oranges. So we see them. The second one does not count for me, but the first one is an 8, very pure, and for the filter it is 7.25, which is almost nothing comparing to what it started with. So it's basically like between 7.25 and 7.5, which is never gonna be better than a pure 8. This is the proof that some things can be even simple as a great discovery.